coming up on the Life is the Future podcast.
I'm ready for that too. Like, just being able to say, "Oh, I'm in high school." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody would rather have that than being like, "Oh,
I'm in the 8th grade.
I
Yeah.
think like that also kind of goes into like I guess like the image of like how like we view ourselves and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know now it's like we want to look older and stuff, but I always hear like people who are older, they're like, "Oh," but like it's like no, you want to like really like appreciate your younger years because then like such carefree.
Definitely
and stuff.
enjoy it
Because
while
like
you can.
anyone in high school is always like, I was like, oh no, you want to be back in middle school.
Yeah.
Because then that kind of gets me like scared for high school because I'm thinking like, oh, if the people who I want to be like are older and they're saying it's like it's kind of scary, then like should I be excited or should I be nervous for the new year?
Hey, this is Scott Todnam, and you're listening to the Life is the Future podcast, a podcast for health education, middle school, and life in general. It's episode 6 of season 6 of our podcast, and this week our 8th graders are going to say goodbye to 2023 and hello to the new year. Here's this week's hosts, John, Roshann, Alexis, and Ayla. Check it out.
Hey, welcome to season 6, episode 6 of the Life is the Future podcast. This will be the last episode before we go on our winter break and the final episode of 2023. We will be talking about the new year, 2024 expectations, things that we're nervous or scared about going into the new year, and our thoughts on the approach of high school. So we're here with
Alexis,
Roshann, Ayla,
and John. Yeah. So all right, let's get into it. So our first question is, what are you most looking forward to in this new year, guys?
in the new year,
new opportunities.
new opportunities.
I feel like high school would just be fun.
I think
something
new changes because there's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of changes coming in 2024.
Yeah.
Because we're all splitting up.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's cool.
yeah.
That's
High
cool.
schools
With
and stuff.
Bonzi and Niqua.
That's I think that part is like it kind of sucks. It's like we're just
Yeah.
like one of the only one or two schools that does that too. So it's kind of like, dang, it's like
Yeah,
half
because
our
Crone
friends
goes all
All of
together.
us.
all together. It's just like us still.
Yeah.
Which like I don't like that at all because like I don't know you two are all both are you in Nico too?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm the only one here
You're the
going
only one
Bonzi.
going
So yeah, so it's like it's kind of crazy to see like all your friends kind of just like
Mm-hmm.
kind of like leaving, just like kind of
Yeah.
like you know, I don't know. Like I keep thinking about like who am I gonna sit with on the first day of lunch? Like what if I don't have anybody in my lunch period or something like that?
You got. Ooh. Because I forgot. Roden and Sam are all
Yeah,
at
everyone's like
Crone.
yeah. So it's like it's definitely gonna be different. Like the new experiences
Yeah.
in the new year. But I mean, I'm still looking forward to like the sports in high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yeah,
same thing
me
with
too.
sports.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
I was
'Cause
already
even
like
now
planning
we
it
gotta-
out and everything.
Because even like we have to now like try out for different
Yeah.
sports. Like it's not gonna be anything like middle school and
yeah.
trying out and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And then,
Also,
like,
hopefully the coaches are like a little bit better. Because I feel like I lost so many games last year. Oof, that was rough.
Yeah. I mean, I like right now, like since we've met a lot of like new coaches and stuff, with like Bonzi and stuff. So like, I mean, I'm really excited for that. 'Cause, like,
Aren't you on the future?
Yeah,
as well?
yeah. So like, cause like, so we already know like most of them. So I'm really excited for that. I mean, like kind of like with new coaches, new people, like new teammates.
Mhm.
I'm
What sports do you guys want to play in high school?
I'm probably gonna play basketball. I don't know about football. I never played tackle before, so I don't really know. Still thinking about it.
Ayla,
I'm probably going to do softball and basketball.
softball and basketball,
I'm basketball and football,
Basketball
and
and
maybe
football.
baseball.
maybe baseball,
What about you?
track and softball. But that's gonna be hard because they're in the same season.
Oh,
So
I'm
you
good.
can they can
You
let
could,
you
but
do
then-
it, but you have to like it's a lot of work.
'cause, yeah, I feel like your coach is gonna be like, "Oh, are you not committed enough to this
Yeah.
one?" And it's like, and
Yeah, so it's a lot of work to do both. But what I might end up doing is do one outside of school and then one
Inside
inside.
of school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
yeah. So I mean, so my next question was, are you guys scared for 2024 or like excited for it to end at all?
I'm not excited for it to. I'm excited to see what 2024 brings, but like. But I think it's gonna be interesting because it's gonna be a lot of new changes to even like going to high school and graduating and new sports,
Yeah.
higher levels of sports because after high school when we go into high school we have to really be careful about our grades and stuff because this is when they start looking at our grades and this is when GPA is really starting to matter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I know our teacher was just telling us like, because we've been doing all those like things like the honors classes and things like that,
Yeah.
like the suggestions. I know like one of our teachers, she was saying how like the second we step into like freshman year, we really have to like lock in as like
Yeah.
students, you know, like because like our grades are gonna matter up until like all the way till like senior year.
Senior year,
basically. So
yeah.
it's like
Do you guys know what classes y'all want to take?
I honestly have no idea right now.
I don't know either.
We actually had that whole talk about it.
Yeah, I was looking at the paper or whatever with some of the classes. Some of them, if you take trig or stuff like that, you have to travel to the main building for NEQA. Yeah. So you gotta go back and forth. Yeah, which is kind of annoying. But I'm not taking trig, so I'm fine.
I mean, I'm probably gonna take because I know since we're in
Are you taking trig?
Yeah, probably.
So then you're gonna have to. Yeah. Apparently, there's shuttles to shuttle you from which is kind of stupid. It's just why are
it's just a big bus.
It's probably just one of those golf carts or something.
Yeah,
you know
and I don't know,
because they're pretty close by each other.
Exactly, it'd be easier if we were just all in the main building though. But it's whatever.
Yeah, but I guess freshman year, I guess you're accustomed around all the other freshmen, so maybe that would.
Yeah.
And the times to get to classes are gonna be harder too.
I think it's you 5-minute passing periods.
Yeah. Which
still
it's better, but it's also
better,
bigger
but
school,
it's also
so
a bigger school. Yeah.
It's gonna take a while to get used to, especially because I heard Wabanzi apparently it's walking in it's crazy. It's so hard to
Yeah.
tell.
I think doesn't Wabanzi have different wings for different
Yeah, they have different staircases for different things.
Because they built onto it, so it's everything's separate. It's different buildings connected together.
That's gonna suck if you go up the stairs, but then you're completely wrong staircase.
Yeah,
but I feel what's gonna be worse though is that because us three are in the freshman building for the first year of high school, and when we go into the main building, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
Because we've
it's
never
a whole new school.
Because it's not we've never been in there because we'll be able to go in there, but we've never navigated it and found classes because we've always been in the smaller building.
Because it's always the first year is supposed to be the year you learn everything.
You learn everything,
and then sophomore year is gonna be where you actually get all in all and stuff like that.
I feel for me for 2023, I'm not really scared. I'm kind of glad. Because when you say that you're in middle school, you sound so, little.
Yeah. I'm ready for that, too. Just being able to say, oh, I'm in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel everybody, would rather have that than being oh,
I'm in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I think, that also kind of goes into, I guess, the image of, how, we view ourselves and stuff.
Yeah.
I know now it's, we want to look older and stuff, but I always hear, people who are older, they're oh, but, it's no, you want to, really, appreciate your younger years, and then, such carefree
definitely
stuff.
Enjoy it
because
you can.
Anyone in high school is always I was oh no, you want to be back in middle school.
Yeah.
Because then that kind of gets me scared for high school because I'm thinking oh, if the people who I want to be are older and they're saying it's kind of scary, then should I be excited or should I be nervous for the new year?
Yeah, what you said. When people say enjoy it, so I'm trying my best to enjoy middle school before it's gone, because once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get that back.
That's how I feel COVID years went with 4th and 5th grade. It's just gone. You can't get back your 4th and 5th years.
No, COVID year was actually a fun year for me, though.
I mean, it was fun, but you didn't learn anything.
Sometimes I feel bad for saying that because you were enjoying yourself while people were dying and stuff like that. It's just you're because I mean you're at parks and stuff like that and different things.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, I think 2023 was a good year though.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall I would say it was good. I think it went by fast.
It went by fast, yeah.
I don't even I feel it was just there was nothing I was about to say there was nothing as eventful, but there was that whole all the stuff around the world the Ukraine Russia stuff. But I think I don't know, ever since 2020, all the years feel if they weren't as impactful as that, I feel you kind of just forget about it. Yeah,
because even 8th grade's going by fast. Because if you think we're already halfway through the year.
I know.
Well, we're almost the third quarter. Yeah.
It doesn't even feel.
I know. It's I still feel it was the first couple of weeks.
Oh wait, yeah, third quarter.
Third quarter is kind of a week after we come back.
High school is so close to us.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah. So I guess my next question was the last week of school The last week of school before winter break, everyone knows that's
one of the hardest weeks.
The hardest week.
Yes,
it's so hard
this
to
week
get
has
up.
been so long. I've slept in all week, and my dad has to come wake me up.
It's so hard to get up.
Yes.
Hardest week is all the tests, all the finals, and just had the whole thing. And it changed our whole schedule for today. We messed up some of the recording stuff, so it was that final day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a flex schedule, so our schedules changed and stuff, and then they changed them more, so we weren't used to it.
Yeah, everything's kind of all over the place.
What was some of you guys' favorite moments of this year, or just the school year, just in general so far?
I would say mostly just I can't think of anything exactly, but those fun moments with your friends that you if you really think about it, you'd have all the memories. But it's it's always just like with my friends, something like that we all had. Or just,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
I definitely think something that was fun was like the beginning of the school year with like the last fling and like
Oh, yeah.
the pink
That's
out
fun.
games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Football
game
game.
was so cold.
It was
though.
super cold.
Like it was really cold, but though it was fun just being there and just kind of hanging with a whole group of people and
I feel like
friends.
I feel like whenever I go to the football games, I never actually watch the football. I just like kind of socialize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing though too. Like
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I did kind of both. I watched football, I socialized, and
Yeah.
you know.
Well, what's crazy is I'm going to Nico, but never been to a Nico football game. I only went to Wabanzi because all my friends go to Wabanzi, so I'm only going to Wabanzi games.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they were fun though. Wabanzi did better this year. You know.
Yeah.
Still
They're-
lost
From their
28-0. Wait, 20-0.
Oh, that was bad. That
Yeah,
was like really
unlucky
bad.
day. Unlucky
Yeah,
day.
uh-huh.
If we're being honest.
Are you doing football or
Yeah.
no?
So,
For high school?
So yeah, I mean, I think like, just like overall though, just like the whole like high school thing is just like it's kind of crazy.
It's
to
kind
me.
of scary.
I
Like
know.
it's kind of scary because like in a few years we're gonna be like in college. Like
I know, it's
once
like-
we get to high school in like 4 years, we're gonna be in college, which is crazy.
I know. It's like I still remember when I was a kid just watching like all those like Disney Nickelodeon shows and stuff.
I
and then,
miss that. Yeah.
Like, and then they like I would see like the people they have like the like their display of high school like what it was. I was like, oh no, am I gonna get stuffed in a locker or something like that? And I was like,
Oh no, I feel like Disney shows they make high school look so
So
bad.
bad,
Like and especially like
dramatic.
seniors, they make
Yeah.
it look bad. But I
yeah,
don't-
they make the nerds like look so like.
Yeah, I don't think it's really. I don't think it'd be that bad how they like make
It's-
it
yeah, I
look,
know.
but like
and like how there was like, I feel like because that's just like the media nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be like they're gonna like overgeneralize like one topic and like one
Yeah.
thing. But, like,
Just so that it's more interesting.
yeah.
I think it's also exciting. We're gonna be meeting new people that we've never really. Well, we probably have met them before, but we've never really hung out with
Yeah.
them how we will in high school.
I think that's like really good too. With, like meeting different people, especially if it's like they can be completely different from you and stuff.
Yeah.
But just like being able to be around the other people and like still being able to be like comfortable around other
Yeah.
people that like you're not always by. I feel like that's like a good thing, like and a good trait to learn for like your life and stuff.
Yeah, I think the hardest year is gonna probably be like the first. Kind of like the first year because you're not gonna know
Yeah.
anyone. Well, you'll know
Well,
some
yeah.
people, but like even there's so many people at our high schools that like you might not even know someone that went to your high school
Yeah.
for the 4 years of being there, which is kind of crazy. But
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
and then graduating's coming soon for 8th grade.
Yeah.
I remember when like the 8th graders last year, they wore all their like they all wore
That was so.
matching purple boots.
Please don't do that. Please do not do that.
Do pink suits.
They
Like-
blew,
Pink
blue,
suits,
blue or pink this year.
bro.
That was
Pink
not.
this year. Carry on the legacy. Yeah. So I guess my next question was: do you guys have any New Year's resolutions or something? Like something that like you're really like a goal you want to have next year?
Probably like train basketball more, probably.
Yeah. Just like I guess one thing like specifically.
I definitely think get more serious with my sports.
Yeah.
But I feel like some people do like really like inaccurate like New Year's resolutions. And it's like you never do.
Like they
them.
say it and they
Yeah,
never
they
do
say it and they
Yeah.
never do it. So I definitely think training more
Mhm.
would be something I'm
Staying
gonna work
consistent
on.
with them.
Yeah, like the consistency of like training is like
Yeah, the
that's, like,
consistency.
that's like the biggest part because like you can do it one day and like if I do it one day and then I don't do it for like 2 weeks straight, it's not like I was training, like you did one thing, that's not
No
gonna
progress
change.
at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
And even just like you're just waiting just for practice, but you're not doing it on your own time.
Yeah.
It doesn't really separate you from the group,
Yeah.
which is kind of what you want going into high school and college if we want to play sports that high of a level.
Yeah, I feel like the problem that I had last year is like I did it for like maybe a week or two, and then I completely forgot about it for like a month, and then I was like, oh, it's already been a month. Like I'm not gonna get back into it because then I like the days, like I don't know how many days I've actually done it for, so I like gave up completely.
For me, it's summer. Summer messes my schedule up like really bad. Cause I could do something for like the whole year or even like 2 months up until summer, but then because I'm not on a time anymore, I kind of forget things
yeah.
or I just don't get to them because I don't feel like it. But like when school's here, you kind of are
have to
on
have
like
a
a
whole
strict.
schedule,
You
yeah.
have to have a whole schedule to get your stuff together.
Yeah, especially in the summer for me because like none of my sports are usually in the summer, right? So like I'm not really doing anything that
Yeah.
much. So like I realize like I like what you said, like I lose track of time. I I'm not honestly, I'll be honest. I didn't practice as much.
either.
I wasn't consistent at all. I was like, my main goal was like, oh, it's summer. I'm just gonna have fun. But then I'm thinking like, it's not gonna set me apart from any of the people that are trying to get better at like what they're trying to do. If I'm just out here just like doing random stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like, I definitely think that this summer, I think honestly my goal for this summer will probably be keep this summer this like same consistency as like throughout the year.
I definitely think over the summer I generally don't do this, but this year I think I'm gonna have a schedule. So like I don't think I might still go out, but I might do the stuff I need to do before going out. Because last year it was just me just going out, staying up late, and I'm just all off my schedule. Because I would just sleep at like 2 or 3 in the morning over the summer.
Aren't you scared of pulling an all-nighter or something?
Yes, I won't pull an all-nighter though. My limit's 3 o'clock in the morning, then I go to sleep.
But like just keeping a good balance of that. Like you can have fun, you can do that like, but then also knowing when to like when you need to just like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that right now, and I should like focus on the other things.
Yeah, because I think another you can okay. I think another part is at our age especially, we're so wanting to socialize and not be left out of things that we're constantly like, if someone invites us to go somewhere, we want to go even though we know we need to be doing other things. So I think practicing could be something like socializing messes up because you need to practice, but you want to go also socialize, not miss anything.
Yeah, I like what you said right there. I honestly, I'm a victim of that too. Like anytime all my friends are doing something, and it's
I want to go do it.
It's like that. It's like I usually choose my friends, and then that's why like I realize like then I face the consequences for it. Maybe I didn't study for a test the next day, or like I didn't get all my work done, and then the next thing you know, I'm in class. Like when everyone else is having fun, I'm doing the work.
And they could also, what you said right there, backtrack you because it's like they already did their work, but I decided to go hang out with friends instead of doing my work, instead of hanging out the next day when everyone doesn't have work. But yeah, I
feel like the other thing is just not like feeling like doing it. Like you just don't feel like doing any of what you planned on doing, and then you just wait till the last second, and then you realize you don't have enough time to do it.
Yeah. Which is definitely, I think another goal would be getting better with testing and studying because bigger tests are coming. I don't study enough for tests. I kind of just pay attention in class and then kind of just go for it on the test.
Like history, we have open notes.
Open notes. I don't study for it. I just bring my notes.
Yeah. I think like that's the luxury of middle school though. It's like, and it's like you can fail a test and it's not gonna affect you.
It's not gonna affect you.
No. It's not gonna affect you throughout the long run. Like your grade might show up bad on like student view or synergy or whatever. But like I think like the one thing I think is like in high school it's like
it's gonna matter.
Every
test is gonna matter. Yeah.
Every test matters. Every like all the assignments, all the work matters.
Your actions matter too. That's when it starts.
Everything you do.
Yeah.
It's like it feels kind of like you're like your history. You're like your track. It starts there. Like freshman year, first day. It's like you kind of have like a blank slate. Yeah. Blank slate. Right, and then like the rest of the year, it's kind of how you define it. And I feel like I'm kind of like I'm scared to see what I'm gonna do. If I'm being honest.
Definitely, reputation stayed with you in high school. So freshman and then all the way to senior.
Yeah.
And if you're on a team or something, you can't have bad behavior.
Can't
get kicked
off.
Right away.
Yeah.
It's like
because everything's gonna travel a lot faster. Like everything you do.
Yeah. Definitely. I think also teachers here aren't as hard. I think. For me, teachers over-exaggerate it's not going to slide in high school with, like, missing assignments and things like it's going to be harder in high school, but I think it still will slide in high school.
I always feel like that's, like, their teachers just, like, number one just go to, like, that's not going to
slide.
And then next thing you know, then, like, it's like in high school, it's like, it might even slide even more, but it just means that it's, like, your fault, though. Like, your teachers might be fine with you missing the assignments because, like, it's your fault. It's on you. I definitely think that's, like, the middle school and elementary school teachers, like, they kind of, like, I think that...
Baby you, kind of hold your hand.
Exactly. Like, they hold your hand. Like, along the way, it's, like, they're helping you and they're teaching you at the same time. But, like, I feel like the ones in high school, I feel like the one thing that they are right about is they're not going to care. Like if you can't get your work done, it's, like, that's on you. It's, like, you have to face the consequences. It's, like, not in middle school where it's, like, they're going to constantly check for you and, like, kind of, like be there like only for you and like spend like so much time. It's like you have to do that on your own in high school. High school you have to be ready for it. And like I think like kind of with like the not having that in high school, I think that's like I'll probably be okay, but like I don't know, I still the thought of it is just kind of scary to me.
Yeah, I think with what you're saying, even I think 8th grade should have a little more independence than what
Yeah.
it does have,
I
because
feel like-
this
yeah.
is the last grade we are getting like our hands held for like with our work, and if it's missing, our teachers are constantly reminding us, oh, make sure you get the missing work in or it's going to be late. But in high school, once it becomes late, they're just taking up points, not telling you, because that's your fault for not doing it, and they don't care at that point anymore because you're going to be going to college, getting out of college, so that's on you to do your work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm most worried about is like getting a missing assignment and not realizing, and then eventually it just like pulls down my grade like a lot. Yeah.
Definitely it's going to have to become work before friends.
Yeah.
Because as much as I don't want it to,
Can't slack
it's
off
going to
on
have to, because missing assignments take off a lot of points off like your grade and stuff like that every week that it's late.
Yeah. I also I like totally forgot what I was. Oh wait. I feel like our teachers now, what you were saying earlier, I feel like they do hold our hands too much because I feel like high schoolers, it's not gonna be like that at all, and I feel like that's not showing us what it's gonna be like in high school.
Oh, it's like a reality check once you go from 8th grade to 9th grade.
Yeah, because I feel like they're just holding our hands too much now, even though they don't think so. I feel like they still are.
I'm still thankful for it.
I'm thankful.
'Cause, like,
I'm
if
definitely
I'm being
thankful
honest,
for it.
It helps me out a lot still, but like I would definitely say it's like, but then I realized like it's also on us. Like we have to like
Yeah.
we should be doing this. Like we should also know that in 8th grade, like this is a year that we should be learning. So
Yeah.
like if we can like our goal is to try to like not even be able to like be in a position to be babied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to like, get it worked on our own. You know what I mean? So I think it's like. I think 8th grade's kind of like 8th grade. I still think it's one of the most important years of our life because it's like
Yeah.
it's like that kind of like it's kind of like how you start like before high school. You know, it's like and kind of like change your track like from the beginning. So I think it's like this year is really important and like how we finish it off.
Yeah, this year is definitely really important, as well as I feel. Oh, I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
whenever I forget and like the camera's on, I'm always like,
Yeah, I just forget what I said.
Yeah, but what I feel like is I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying with Mr. Peach, like our math teacher, I love him. He's super nice, but I've never had to study for a math test because he always just calls it like a partner test or a group test. And then if we say we did bad on it or something or we don't want it as a grade, he just lets it not be a grade. And I feel like that's not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not thankful for it, but I'm just saying like I feel like it's not really helping me.
And geometry, when we ask for questions and tests, he usually just give us like
No,
the answer.
I know. Like he gives.
He
out,
just like takes your paper and writes
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
which I really like though.
Oh yeah, no.
We love
We
that.
Like,
appreciate
we love
it.
that.
We love that. But like, yeah.
I really like it. Honestly, I think it also kind of depends on like the way you learn. Cause like for me, like the way you kind of explain how like that one math teacher does is that helps me out a lot. Honestly.
Yeah, it does.
For me, like I'm like kind of like a visual learner. Like I'll get the question wrong completely, and he'll show me how to do the answer. And for me, like that's how
You
I learn.
understand it.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
learn personally. And I think it's like it's really different. Cause like in high school, we're gonna be in class with so many different people that might learn things so much quicker and so much easier, or some people that are slower. Like not like slower, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean? But like
Yeah.
like for me, I'm a slow learner to be honest, and I feel
I'm
like,
a slow
yeah, like the way you
learner.
said
Me too.
that teaches me, but then it doesn't work for you, you know. So it's like the difference is it's kind of like I'm gonna have to get used to that, you know. I'm just gonna have to like learn how to deal with it and like be able to catch up on like people like your paces. and stuff.
Yeah, I think another thing in 8th grade we should focus on is learning how to be comfortable asking questions when we don't understand
Yeah.
things, because sometimes we don't want to, but like to think about it, if you have that question, I'm sure the whole class probably has that question but just doesn't want to ask it, and it just helps with understanding, just so you know what you're doing, so when you go into high school you know like, oh yeah, I remember learning that in 8th grade because I asked that question and then I started remembering and learning how to do it. As well, I feel like Spanish class, I don't think
Yeah.
well, okay, so I'm going to be taking Spanish 1 again in high school,
Yeah, so
because I heard like from like Miss Ploger and Osmani's class, because they're only doing ed puzzles and things like that and we're not really paying attention, when we go into Spanish
gonna be
2,
hard.
it's going to be
Sure.
hard because they think we've already learned it when realistically we
no,
haven't.
We have
Yeah. Like, I know my brother was saying that. He said that a lot of people, what they end up doing is they just take Spanish 1 over again because nobody remembered anything from the first 2 years
Yeah.
of middle school, or they take Spanish 2. They realize, oh, like, I don't know any of this, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then they go back to it.
Because it's definitely going to be a faster pace in learning. You're really going to be learning Spanish and Spanish too. So I'm going to retake Spanish from because I'm going to be honest, I am not paying attention to her class. You're saying, do you guys pay attention to Spanish?
Not really.
I don't want to answer that. Yeah, but going back to something you said about the whole like asking question thing, like that really like stuck out to me because like the first couple years, because like I've been in PA for a while now, like ever since like 3rd grade. So like I know like constantly these like these advanced classes and stuff. I get confused a lot, right? Because like I learned like asking questions is like what saves me, like because I know a lot of the kids around me, it's like they're also so smart. So it's like they know most of the stuff, and like I'll be here and I'm kind of like. I'm like, oh, I still don't get it, but like nobody else is raising their hand, so I'm like, I feel I feel kind of embarrassed, like being like, oh, I'm the only one who doesn't get it again. Like I don't want to raise my hand. I don't want people to think I'm stupid. But then I realized the only way for me to get better myself is to raise my hand and ask the questions. Yeah. Because like I think that has something to do with like. Don't like you don't want to be a follower all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like you like have to be a leader and stand out, but
time,
like you don't have to like follow the group every time.
Yeah, because in reality, that actually makes you. Not more stupid, but like I don't know. I can't figure out the word, but like it holds you back being all constantly a follower and be like, oh yeah, being a leader, even for yourself, being like, I need that help, so I need to get it because that's gonna affect me on the long way of like just life in general. So you need to. I can't think of the word for it. But you need to be independent sometimes and not always wanting to be like. With the group, sometimes you just separate yourself.
Yeah. I feel like with the questions, like I do ask questions sometimes, but then sometimes as I'm raising my hands, because I'm like, okay, I gotta ask this question. But then they don't answer it, like they keep teaching, and I think, okay, maybe like I shouldn't ask this question. I like overthink it, so I just like put my hand down when they probably could have answered the question. And other people probably had that question too, but I just think that.
As well, when you said the 8th grade thing, how it's like a really important year, I think it's important because you're learning kind of who you are and your independence. You're really starting to gain, like even from your parents, you're gaining more independence than what you had in 6th grade with how late you can stay out and just things like that. And I think you're finding who you are kind of in 8th grade. You're still going to do that along the way of when you get older in life, but I think you're really going to find out who you are kind of in 8th grade and figuring out what you want to do. Because this is the age where you have to start figuring out, like, what are you going to do with, like, your life in sports, because sports is coming soon for competitiveness and things like that.
Yeah, I like exactly what you said. I would say, like, this year before high school is, like, it's so important being able to like learn all the things that we need to get ready, like all the skills and the traits to get ready for high school and be able to like really be able to like be a good student. Like high school year. Even
good decisions because you hang out with the wrong people that can like mess you up later.
Like I was in like a whole thing with like choosing your friends, like knowing who you're around, because like you know that saying, it's like eventually you're gonna become who you're with.
It's like a scientific, like I'm putting scientific facts in, but it's like a scientific fact, like the 5 friends that you hang around the most you end up becoming, and your income between them is like not, I think it's like $5,000 between you and your 5 closest friends of who you hang out around. It's kind of weird.
Wait, what do you mean $5,000?
Okay, so basically it's like 5. So say your 5 closest friends, right? So the closest friends you hang out with, your salaries later in life will be in the range of like $5,000 from each other.
Oh, is that real?
Yeah, so like if you look it up, you can see like there's like a whole bunch of like you start to act like them, you start to do a whole bunch of different things, and even like salaries. Like if you want to be like more like make more money than them, sometimes you have to separate yourself because you end up working kind of how they work and you work jobs that they work. So you're really independent of being a good student really helps you like now as it does later.
Yeah. Well, I just realized like with work, because we're gonna start working pretty soon, so you have to balance out sports, school, and work.
Yeah, and if you do an out of school sport, you have to also balance that. So it's gonna be it's gonna be different.
Yeah. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up.
So thanks for listening to season 6, episode 6, the final episode of 2023 of Life is the Future podcast. Yeah, so we're gonna go, and I hope everybody has a good New Year's. Sorry. So happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
See you in 2024.
Hope you have a good break if you're in school.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2024. Bye.
Bye.
All right, thanks to the 8th grade students for giving us some valuable insight on what it's like to be a teenager looking ahead to the new year. You heard Ayla and Alexis and John and Roshann talk all about this school year so far, what they remember from the last calendar year, and also what they expect for the upcoming year. Looking ahead, they also focused on finishing up middle school and entering into high school. You heard them talk about the split that takes place. Our middle school splits, and so some of their friends go to one high school and some go to another. We have some pretty big high schools in the area, so one in particular has a freshman center in order to manage all of the students. They talked about friendships. They talked about sports quite a bit. They talked about some of the independence of maturing and growing up. You heard them focus a little on class choices and grades, and also the media's portrayal of what it's like to be in high school. Now, even though that's more than 6 months away, I'm thankful that we heard a little bit of insight, because this is a time of New Year's resolutions. It's also a time to reflect and goal set. I'm thankful for the insight they provided on a lot of social health items. You noticed that when they spoke about sports and they spoke about classes, they talked a lot about being with friends. Here's hoping you as the listener can take a moment to reflect on the last calendar year and also to look ahead at what might be in store for 2024. No matter what, we're thankful for you for checking out and keeping up with what we're up to on this social media journey. We'll be back in the new year with more episodes as we continue with season 6 of the Life is the Future podcast. As always, thanks for tuning in and happy holidays.